This is a Polestar 2 dual motor long range performance, fully loaded. Priced from $63,900, this stunning beauty has the Plus Pack of $6,000, dual motors and bigger battery, $9,500, performance add-on, $8,000, and speed boost thrown in as well. Now, you can opt for standard or long-range single motor, and I've reviewed that one before, so please go and check it out for more in-depth coverage of interior, exterior. But today, I'm going to be covering off the particular aspects of this vehicle, such as Brembo 4-piston aluminium front calipers. There's also 20-inch alloy wheels and Öhlins adjustable dampeners. Oh, and there's also these fetching gold seat belts. There's no badge on the back to say this is a performance model. It's very stealthy, and those who know. This rather fetching colour is space, and it's black with a very dark ash hint thrown in. You can opt for the standard free base colour of magnesium, or for an additional $1,500, you can opt for snow, thunder, Jupiter, or midnight. Inside, the slate weave tech interior goes beautifully with this dark stealthy unicorn appearance. It's very sophisticated, and all in all, a great looking vehicle with European pedigree and a design language that turns heads. In this review of the Polestar 2, I'll bring you some spirited driving in the mountains, cover more of the interior because it's had an upgrade since I last reviewed it 3 months ago, and then do some acceleration tests to see if there's a car that you should be putting on your shopping list. Welcome, my name's Chris and I cover from an Australian perspective technologies like electric vehicles and more. If you're new here, please subscribe, it's absolutely free. In this video, I'm going to be covering off some ground that I've kind of covered before, so I'm going to be very brief. If you want to jump to a particular section you want to, use the chapter markers beneath and enjoy. This is a 78 kilowatt hour battery pack with the claimed WLTP range of 455 kilometers to 487 kilometers. My experience, about 370 kilometers because, you know, this. There's an onboard 11 kilowatt charger, included cable, meaning charging at home can be done on any standard wall outlet, giving you 10 kilometers of additional range per hour. Each motor is rated at 150 kilowatts, meaning 300 kilowatts of total power. And torque a respectable 660 Newton meters. But being the performance model that it is, this one's actually got a speed boost on it. So that number has been boosted to 350 kilowatts. This car competes with Tesla's Model 3, comparison video here. But for me, I like its crisp, fresh, clean-cut looks. It's loaded with presence and wonderfully unadorned and very European looking. Okay, let's get on the road and I'll talk to you about driving impressions. Driving this model is very much just like the other one. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about driving this car in suburbia because we need to get it out on some canyon type mountain roads and have some fun with it. But I will say this, the dampener setup right now, the suspension setup, it feels remarkably similar to the single motor version that I reviewed earlier this year. It's definitely firmer, and those 20-inch wheels are, you can definitely feel everything come through the cabin a lot more. It's not terrible, and you expect it when you've got sports tires on. Before we set off for the mountains, can I just ask you, can you please subscribe? Because over the next few months, I've got no less than 5 different electric vehicles I'm going to be reviewing. The Mazda MX-30, the Volvo XC40 Recharge. There's a lot coming your way, including the Tesla Model Y Performance. Yeah, so very exciting times. One of the awesome things about electric vehicles is just how quiet they are because there's no engine and vibration and just noise that you get from exhaust. And I've often had to compare and try to remember what one car sounds like compared to another, and I've fixed it. I've fixed it, folks. I've got myself a decibel meter, so I'm going to do 3 different readings: one at 60, one at 80, and one at 100k per hour. And I'll get the minimum, maximum decibels from this, and I'll put them on screen as we do some driving montage to. Let's go Mount Macedon, because this is where this car, I think, would truly shine. Well, actually, it really shine on a track day. But for me, I can't get a track day today. But I will throw it through some lovely curves up on some mountainous roads. So let's get to there. Since I last had the car, it's had an over-the-air update and now sports Apple CarPlay. which looks pretty awesome and it's great to see. And I only kind of wish that I could also just plug my phone in, I'm Android by the way, and get the usual sort of Android experience. That is to say, I like being able to change between tracks and interchange between maps and music quite quickly, and that's enabled in Android Auto. Whereas in this, I need to step out through the main menu, go back to Maps, and then I'm in Maps, let's say, and I want to change my podcast I listen to or the tunes I listen to. I've now got to go back to the home screen and jump into Spotify. You get the idea. Also, the other limitation, which is still very annoying, is that I can't download my favorite app, and that is Audible. Not sponsored. It's weird that I just can't actually get it here. Why? It's all to do with the actual developer, nothing to do with Android. Amazon, they need to actually support it for this type of interface where you've got a long portrait sort of mode. Think of it like a big iPad. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating that I just can't plug my phone in like you would with Apple CarPlay, say, and replicate that same experience. The dual motor interior is identical to the single motor, and that is not a bad thing. It's already an awesome premium interior. The use of soft touch materials everywhere, the very sophisticated design language they've got here that actually using recyclable materials, it's bloody awesome. I will be referring to videos I've already done on this, so I'm not going to recover that. I'll just briefly touch on it here. Yeah, this lovely panoramic roof, which is, again, this is a fully optioned car. The audio system's premium, the materials are premium, the car is, oh, you get the idea. It's just a bloody awesome car, and I think, you know, I use, let's say, Tesla to compare autopilot to other cars, like the Pilot Assistant is. It's not it. It's not any good. But this interior is what I'm going to be judging all others against, because it's both minimalistic, but it's practical, it's well implemented. Everything is just lovely. I'm in Mount Macedon now, and time for some fun throwing this thing around corners. A few notes. The suspension hasn't been turned to like track mode. You've got 22 levels that you can actually adjust to. To do so, you've actually got to get it up on jacks and get under there with some tools to get that change. But I guess if you're an enthusiast and you like doing that sort of tinkering, great, knock your socks off, have some fun. Those sportier tyres with the wider surface area definitely providing more grip through these corners. So when I turn in, it's very, very direct, very linear. I tell you what, you wouldn't want to be a passenger in this car right now, because I know where I'm going to throw the car, and these bucket seats are keeping me perfectly positioned. But mate, it's really thrown me around. I haven't felt even traction control come on yet. And there's some mud and gunk on this road because there was some very high winds last night. And I still haven't got the hairs on the back of my neck going. Yeah, it's getting very foggy. Oh, that's better. The awesome thing about electric vehicles is its regen braking. I just take my foot off the accelerator and it slows the car down without me having to even go near the brake. The brakes on this, mind you, are amazing. They're like Brembo, and if you know your brakes, they're performance brakes, and they've got 4 pistons, they've got ventilated discs, they've got large discs, and you can be assured that they're going to stop you when you want them to stop you. And yeah, a bit of a mucky road here. I mean, that was 30k per hour recommended around the corner, but I was doing 60, and I felt completely safe doing it. It's amazing. So I put the brakes on. Whoa! That was some 60. I'll put the timer for that one, because that was pretty incredible. Water over the road. Oh no, it's electric. It's gonna short out. I used the Brembo brakes there, and they were very good. They slowed me down tremendously. Regen's doing its thing very nicely. I'm not even touching the brake whatsoever. Alrighty, and down to 40. This is 40. Alright, that was fun. That was absolutely fun. And now for some fun, I'm going to try and scare my dad with an acceleration test. Warning, profanity ahead.
We did it, we did it, we beat it.
The Polestar 2 performance has been an amazing experience. In the single modal long range version, its power and pickup felt underwhelming and not representative of performance that Polestar is synonymous with. This hits in all the right places. Great looking car with stealth finish, badging that doesn't scream, "Look, I spent some coin on a fast car." There's the excellent 13 speaker sound system, heated steering wheel and seats, giant panoramic glass roof, decent sized boot, a binnacle front and center with Tesla Model S and X vibes, Android Automotive, Apple CarPlay, massive, very capable brakes, tons of acceleration and get up. Add to that oodles of traction with thanks to its 50-50 balance and all-wheel drive setup. You can't go wrong with the Polestar 2. Sure, because of its sporty design and sloping glass to accommodate the hatchback, that rear window is tiny and hard to see out of. If you want faster 0 to 100 time, you'll need to look elsewhere. But bang for buck, European design and a brand that is about speed, the Polestar 2 has been a blast to throw around for the last week. It's got class-leading 5 years free roadside assistance, 5-year unlimited manufacturer warranty, and an included charger. Tesla, take note. If you're in the market for a performance, push you in the back of the seat car, this should definitely be on your shopping list. Folks, please do consider subscribing. It's absolutely free and it genuinely helps the channel. If you want to take your support to the next level, maybe come over here and join me on Patreon, where you get behind the scenes news, polls and stuff that I just don't show you here on YouTube. And as per usual, you be good and you be green.